Hey, Austin.
What's up?
What's the most inappropriate way to go mining in Minecraft?
I don't know.
Strip mining. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of the Sack Session Podcast. We are your hosts,
Austin.
Dylan.
Jacob, and Zach. All of our social medias will be posted in the description down below. And with the NFL draft literally just a few days away now, we have all gone ahead and done a first round mock draft, 1 through 32 for the NFL draft, and we will be giving our predictions for the NFL draft in this episode. That's what we will be doing. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
I want to say something real quick. Screw the Raiders. Travis Hunter is overrated. Shador Sanders is a third-round quarterback. Thank you.
Damn, hot takes immediately. That's how you know you're on a good podcast, right?
I'm sorry, hot take. Let's be realistic here. If Shador Sanders' last name wasn't Sanders, Leon wasn't his coach, he'd be going like fifth round. Let's just be honest. Quinn Ewers, Jackson, they're all miles better than Shador.
I'm turning this into a TikTok segment, definitely. Or a YouTube short.
Ooh, I'm going to get cussed out in the comments.
Yeah, you are.
Make it nice for YouTube.
I'm a Chiefs fan. Everybody hates us anyways.
Exactly. I mean, that's all of us.
Right.
Okay, enough yipple-yapple. So, Austin, go first. Give us your first 5 picks of the NFL draft.
All right. Number 1 overall, Tennessee Titans select Cam Ward. Number 2 overall, Abdul Carter goes to the Browns. The New York Giants select Travis Hunter. The New England Patriots select Will Campbell at number 4. And the Jacksonville Jaguars select Mason Graham out of Michigan. Those are my top 5.
I'm pretty sure I have the exact same top 5, just in a different order. What about you?
Yeah, top 5?
No, just do you have the same 5, just in a different order? Or is there somebody that he didn't mention that's in your top 5?
I got somebody.
What did you say?
Top 5.
Cam Ward 1, Abdul Carter 2, Travis Hunter 3, Will Campbell 4, Mason Graham 5.
Yeah, that's my entire top 5, just in a different order.
I got Cam Ward. I have Travis.
That's basically all my top 4.
Going 3.
You only did a mention
I
one
got
person
Will
there,
Campbell
which
going
is
4.
Shador Sanders going 2.
I had Will Johnson going 5. Because I feel like Jacksonville's going to pull a G.
Repeat that again, Dylan, so you can all actually pay attention, because me and Jacob aren't yipple-yappling.
Alright, I got Cam Ward going 1. I got Travis going 2. I got Abdul Carter going 3. I got Will Campbell going 4. And Will Johnson going number 5. Because I think they're going to pull a Jalen Ramsey sort of thing.
What about you, Jacob?
What?
Who are your first 5 picks?
First 5, I had Cam Ward for number 1. Number 2, I got Shador Sanders going to Cleveland. 3 is Mason Graham.
Big reach already. We'd love to see it.
Will Campbell to the Patriots. 5 is Travis Hunter to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jeez.
Abdul Carter falls outside of his top 5. And then my top 5 that I have Cam Ward going first to the Titans, Travis Hunter second to the Browns, Abdul Carter third to the Giants, Will Campbell to the Patriots at number 4, and Mason Graham number 5 to the Jags. So it seems like we all collectively agree on 2 picks in the top 5, with Cam Ward going 1 and Will Campbell going 4. Which, I mean, those are like the 2 easiest decisions to make in the first 5 picks.
He doesn't have that move in the top 5.
Right. That's the crazy one. He just trying to be different right now. He just trying to be different. That's what you trying to do, my boy.
Shit, you want to talk about different? My next picks are really different.
So mine.
Mine was kind of close here with Will Johnson. I had Will Johnson going 6th.
Now, let's try and give a little bit of explanation behind these. Obviously, Cam Ward going number 1 overall is the one that makes the most sense for Tennessee, because I think they know now Will Levis is not the guy.
Right.
Considering Mason Rudolph got nearly as much production out of that receiving core last year as he did.
When he tried to pull the Patrick Mahomes Madden animation out, that's when you knew he was good.
Right. When he tried doing the freaking lateral back to his teammate.
Dude, RBT
or when he threw an interception and then did the freaking... I mean,
have you seen RBT?
There's something to be said.
To that game, look at that fucking clip.
There's something to be said about a season where Jameis Winston got meaningful playing time, and he wasn't the most memeable player on the field.
You remember when Jameis Winston was actually good?
Exactly. Well, he wanted to eat that W. I can't make the finger sign like he does. Pause.
Like this,
All right.
kind of. Kind of like this.
And then,
You like that?
and then the next one that we all agreed on was Will Campbell going 4 to the Patriots. That is the easiest pick for the Patriots to make. Their biggest need is easily their offensive line. So that way Drake May doesn't get killed 5 times a year back there. Because I saw some people saying that they should go wide receiver there. I do not
They just
think
got
that,
Stephon
that should
Diggs.
happen at all. Exactly.
And Stephon Diggs is an overrated crybaby who ain't done nothing.
All right, Austin. So, who are your next 5 picks from 6 to 10?
Number 6, I have the Las Vegas Raiders selecting Ashton Genty. I have the New York Jets selecting Tyler Warren. I have the Carolina Panthers selecting Will Johnson. I have the New Orleans Saints selecting Shadur Sanders at 9. 10, I have the Chicago Bears taking Jalen Walker. And pick 11, the San Francisco 49ers select Armand Membu.
Well, I only asked for 5 through 10, or for 6 through 10, but all right,
Okay.
you can go to 11. Immediately, there's a sizable question that I have, and it's obviously the Saints taking Shador. Why do you think they're taking him?
Listen, Spencer Rattler did not look good last year, and Derek Carr's already getting ready.
Spencer Rattler played in like 2 games.
I know he
And
did
keep
not.
in mind, the only reason Spencer Rattler isn't on the Falcons because Arthur Blank is a dingleberry.
Right.
Because
Spencer Rattler only played like 2 games. Like, the Derek Carr being trash, I can understand, but
And-
Rattler
and
didn't
he's
even have a
gonna-
chance yet.
He's gonna miss all the season with hit.
Exactly. That's why I think you just hand the keys to Spencer for a year, and then maybe if you're up here again next year, you take Arch.
Dude, Arch isn't going to do it 1 year. He's a redshirt freshman this year. There's no fucking way he just goes.
Some people are
That's a Longhorns fan. There's no way.
Some people are already talking about how the Browns should, or no, the Titans should take Abdul Carter 1 and just tank for Arch next year. Some people have been talking about that.
I don't think Arch is going to go in the draft next year.
And then another one you have that I'm going to talk about, Ashton Genty to the Raiders. I thought about it, but I don't think that's what the Raiders are going to do. It's the smart pick for them to make, because let's be real. Do we really expect them to be confident heading into a season with Sincere McCormick and Raheem Mostert as their running backs? No.
Hey, Raheem Mostert, I still think he's a good running back.
He's just speed, honestly. Like, in all honesty, he is just speed. Ashton
He's
Genty will
still
run
a
a
better
motherfucker
running
over.
back than half of the starting running backs in the league.
I wouldn't agree with that, given his age as well.
But
But
statistically, I guarantee you, statistically, he's better than half of the starting running backs in the league.
yeah, maybe 2 years ago, before Devon Chan took over. But to each
I
their
still
own.
think he can go in.
And then one more. Tyler Warren to the Jets.
Listen,
Homie, the Jets need offensive linemen.
but listen,
Man, have you
They also need a tight end.
Quarterback is.
and they did just sign Justin Fields, and he needs.
You
a
said
little-
Tyler Ward to the Jets?
Yeah.
I haven't gone
You know
to
what?
the Colts.
You know what's more important for him? An offensive line, so he won't get killed like Mac Jones.
I have Tyler Warren dropping the whole team.
Mac Jones,
All right,
Drake
all
May.
This
My
is where
bad.
it gets interesting, right?
All right, Dylan. Who's your 6 through 10?
Number 6, I got Genty going to Vegas. Number
I'd say a
7,
match.
I got Shador going to the Jets.
Okay, now that is the biggest stretch so far. Let's talk about that one real quick before we hear the rest. Why?
Out of all the quarterbacks that are actually there, I feel like obviously Cam Ward's not going to sink down to number 7.
Well, duh.
And I
But they
think
just
just
brought in.
as Jackson Dart played for a smaller school, Shador going to get taken higher than Jackson Dart.
But the Jets just signed Justin Fields.
So
They're going to give him the keys for at least a year.
Oh,
He is. Remember, if the year Justin Fields was getting drafted, the Jets were expected to take him at number 2 at one point. And then they just said, oh, Zach Wilson did this. Let's take him.
And,
And he banged his friend's mama.
and Justin Fields knows how to play ball.
Well, when he has a competent coaching staff, yes.
they wish the Jets really don't have.
Yeah.
Number 8, I got Armand Nimbu. All right, number 9. This is crazy. All right, I got Roy McMillan. Going number 9 to the Saints.
Ted McMillan to the Saints.
Kelvin Banks, number 10. Mason Graham, 11.
Damn, so he's got Mason Graham falling all the way to pick 11. To the
Mason Graham all the way to the 49ers? I got Mason Graham going third.
I have him going fifth.
I
I mean, we already went through that.
have Mason Graham
All right.
higher than.
Now, let's hear your 6 through 11.
6 through 11, okay. 6 is Will Johnson to the Raiders. 7 is Calvin Banks Jr. to the Jets, Texas offensive tackle. 8 is Abdul Carter.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second. Why in the hell do you think the top prospect in the draft is going to fall all the way to number 8 to the Panthers?
Don't know.
Dude,
He's just going on vibes.
if Abdul Carter slips past number 4 and number 5, if just by the graces of God it happens, some big team is going to trade up to go get him. Some team is going to risk a lot.
The Eagles already said that they would if he's there at 4 with the Patriots. But I don't think the Patriots will accept
They
that.
said they'll send the Patriots AJ Brown and some picks to.
Yeah, I don't think the Patriots are going to take that because it's like, yeah, well, you're getting one.
Brown and some picks for number 4.
I mean, yeah, you're getting.
next shit.
I mean, yeah, you're getting one of the best receivers in the NFL. But at the same time, now you're not able to draft a tackle there, which is like your biggest need.
There's still plenty of. I
know, but now you're going to be picking at the very end of the round unless you trade back up. All right, rest of them.
Okay.
9 through 11.
No.
Okay. Number 9 is Ashton Genty to the Saints. 10 is Ramon Membu. And 11 is Jalen Walker.
Jalen Walker to the Niners. All right. For my 6 through 11, I've got same thing as him for the Raiders. Will Johnson. Then Armand Membu at 7 to the Jets. Shamar Stewart at number 8 to the Panthers. Now here's where it gets interesting for me as well. Similarly to Dylan, I've got the Saints taking a receiver, but I've got them going Matthew Golden out of Texas. Then at number 10, he finally goes off the board he is perfect for a Ben Johnson offense. Ashton Genty is going to the Chicago Bears. And then pick 11, Jahdae Barron to the 49ers.
So they'll have Caleb, DJ, Keenan, Roman,
Joel Komet.
You had Jahdae Barron going 11.
and
I
Deion.
have Jahdae Barron going 11 to the Niners. They lost Charvarius Ward this
I
offseason.
had Jahdae Barron going 11 picks later.
Okay, cool.
They took the dude from my Rams and Joe Toon. Listen, Genty behind that Bears O line.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He may be a first-round pick in fantasy if that happens. As a rookie.
Dude, easily. He's going to go like early first, like when Zeke was drafted.
Yeah.
He's because I feel like that's exactly how it's going to happen. I feel like it's going to kind of end up with a Zeke sort of thing.
Eventually during this offseason, we got to make our prediction for the top 10 picks in fantasy football.
Yeah.
At some point, we've got to. All right. Austin, from 12 to 16.
From 16 are. Number 12, the Dallas Cowboys are taking Kelvin Banks Jr. Number 13, the Miami Dolphins are taking Mike Green. Number 14, the Indianapolis Colts are selecting Shamar Stewart. Number 15, the Atlanta Falcons are selecting Derek Harmon. And at pick 16, the Arizona Cardinals are going to select Matthew Golden to pair up with Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray.
See, you have two of the same picks for me back to back, just flip flopped. I've got Mike Green and Kelvin Banks flip flopped on my board. So I've got the Cowboys taking Mike Green.
This is
Dolphins
different
going
because
Kelvin
mine is
Banks.
completely. Mine is.
You also match with me on Derek Harmon going to the Falcons, which is obvious because that's like their biggest need is the pass rush because they were the worst in the league last year in terms of pass rush. And then The big question one is the Cardinals taking a wide receiver at all. Because, I mean, yeah, Marvin underperformed last year, but let's be real.
The class is big enough for you to snag one in the second.
But let's be real. He was the top prospect going into last year. He should be absolutely fine
Yeah.
going into the season.
But who else? Who else does Kyler Murray have to throw the ball to
Trey McBride.
aside from him?
Of course, I list somebody aside from him.
James Conner.
Yeah, good pass catching back.
I'm just being spread out. Anyways, number 12, I got Shamar Stewart going to Dallas. Number 13, I got Jalen Walker. Number 14, I got Tyler Warren. Number 15, I got Malachi Starks going to Atlanta. Number 16, I have Mike Green going to Arizona.
Damn.
Who go to Arizona?
Mike Green.
Me hit the same one going to Arizona.
And
So,
we both
so
have Tyler.
Jakob and Dylan match.
We both got Tyler Warren and Mike Green going to the same time.
All right, Jacob, who's your 12 through 16?
12 through 16. Number 12 for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be Ted McMillan.
Okay, now see, that one makes sense, even though it's not where I'm going, but it makes sense. They
Pick
do
13.
kind of need another skill position to pair up with CD.
Pick 13 safety Malik Starks.
Malachi Starks.
Malachi Starks. 14 Tyler Wood out of Penn State. 15 Shamir Stewart.
Shamar Stewart.
And 16 is Mike Green.
Man.
Now, see, I like Ted McMillan going to the Cowboys there, even though it's not what I picked. I still like that. My 12 through 16. Number 12, I've got the Cowboys taking Mike Green, as I already mentioned, to Austin. And then 13, the Miami Dolphins take Kelvin Banks Jr. Offensive tackle is one of their biggest needs. And what's his face? Teron Armstead retired. So they need a new tackle. 14, Tyler Warren, which everyone had apart from Mr. Different here.
He's a Bama fan, guys. It's okay. He's
Roll Tide.
special.
Roll Tide.
I don't give a piss about number time.
Until the hook of horns kick y'all ass next year.
Cap. Keegan Russell's
We will
about to go
whoop
off.
y'all next year.
Keegan Russell's about to go off.
We have Arch Manning. Who the hell is that?
Number 15, as I mentioned, I matched with Austin, with Derek Hartman going to the Falcons, and 16, Michael Williams to the Arizona Cardinals.
You got him going 6 picks higher than me.
Yeah. The Cardinals, similar to the Falcons, they need defensive linemen in this draft.
17 to
And I feel like Michael Williams is the best one available at the pick in my mock.
17 through 22.
All right.
Yep, 17 through 22. Austin.
17, I have the Cincinnati Bengals taking Malachi Starks because that offense was good. It was the defense that was holding them back.
Well, I think anybody with a brain knows that. I think it was. Didn't the Bengals lose like 5 games where they scored like 32 points or
Yep.
or more or something like that?
I think so.
Exactly.
And the Bengals. You know what? I'm going to start some shit. You know what?
Oh God, here we go.
Chiefs fans.
That,
Ravens fans will never live down the toe. The Bills, let's face it, are just not going to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Right?
as long as we have Mahomes.
Let's see. Hold on.
And I will admit, Joe Burrow is the only other team, or
Let's
not
see,
team. Joe
let's
Burrow is
see,
the only other quarterback in the AFC I'm scared of, and I'll admit it.
Let's see. How many seconds do we need?
4.
13.
4. 1 plus 3. 4.
13.
All right. Number 18, I have the Seattle Seahawks taking Ted McMillan.
Now, see that one I do not like.
You got Ted dropping all the way with the.
See that I don't like.
I have Seattle taking a receiver.
I don't like
Taking a
that.
receiver too.
I understand Sam Darnold's going to need another good target other than just JSN, but he's also going to need somebody to protect him so he can throw it to that person, to JSN.
I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 19 taking Jahad Campbell. I have at pick 20, I have the Denver Broncos taking Amari Hampton because they did just get rid of Javonte Williams.
Well, I mean, even if they didn't, I think they would still be in the hunt for a running back,
All right, pick 21.
given their other running backs are Audric Estime and Jaleel McLaughlin.
Listen, pick 21. Y'all gonna hate me. But I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take Milrow over Jackson Dart.
Of course.
I-
Roll Tide.
And
He don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
This guy.
Besides number 18, Seattle has 50 and 52.
Okay.
So I think that's where their linemen will come from.
and then at pick 22, I have the Chargers taking Jahad Barron from Texas to help out.
It's
that
John
Well, hell, so-
Barron.
Well, this is also a pretty deep receiver class. Like, I've seen some mock drafts having Luther Burden not even being a first rounder.
I don't have to. First.
I did.
Yeah, see what I mean?
I did.
I would have Isaiah Bond in the first round if he.
Who was your second? Who was your 22nd, Austin?
Jade Barron.
Jahdae Barron.
Johnny Barron.
What's yours? 17 through 22.
I have Derek Harmon going to Cincy,
Fair.
Matthew Golden going to Seattle,
Yeah, see? Again.
Jahad Campbell to Tampa, Colson Loveland to Denver, Jackson Dart to the Steelers, and Mike Williams from Georgia to LA.
Michael Williams. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean, they're all picks that make sense, but I feel like some of those guys are players who should have been off the board.
So, me and Dylan basically had the exact same one. We had Derek Harmon to the Bengals. Then we had Matthew Golden, Mikel Williams, Colson Loveland, Jackson Dart, and Jade Barron.
We were so close. We literally got two picks.
Is what I had. I had
Who did you have going to Tampa?
Mikel Williams.
Okay. Right. Because I was going to say, if all four of us matched on Tampa, that would be crazy. Because I also have Jahad Campbell going to Tampa. Because when
I would have Mike Williams going to Tampa, but I feel like Tampa is more of a linebacker sort of defense, like their linebackers.
Yeah.
More. So that's I just said screw it. To
we have an intruder. All right, we are back. After we had some interruption from somebody, you're not going to know who,
Gosh.
unless, you're the one watching this. Jordan. We know what you did.
Yeah, you're over here throwing cans and stuff at us.
Okay,
Sorry, gotta keep it PG-13.
now my 17 through 22. Malachi Starks going to the Bengals. Then Tyler Booker going to the Seahawks. I then have, like them too, Jahad Campbell going to the Bucks. Same as him, Omarion Hampton to the Broncos. And this is where the slide finally ends for Mr. Shedeur Sanders, 21 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. If they don't sign Aaron Rodgers by draft day, that is where he's going if he's still available by then.
Or do they trade up a little bit? Do you
I don't-
think if they
I think if he drops to past the Saints, which I think he will, then I don't think there's going to be any teams needing to trade up with him.
okay, but if they don't get Aaron, do you think they plan to go all out on a quarterback? Or do you think it's
if they
something that they keep in mind just in case?
If they do get Aaron, I think they may go offensive line or secondary. And then pick number 22. Another slide finally ends, at least according to these three. Ted McMillan going to the Los Angeles Chargers. So that way somebody can help Justin Herbert not throw 4 interceptions in a playoff game.
Besides that,
I mean,
McConkey,
Mike Williams is back in the Chargers before.
Mark Williams?
Mike Williams.
What the hell was that accent? Mark Williams?
he wasn't really too good though.
Well, not in
Vlad
Pittsburgh
McConkey
anyway.
Vlad McConkey just proved he's him.
Well, yeah, he's him when he's basically the only receiving option for Jay Herbo.
Still though, he went crazy. He went crazy for
We're
him.
doing 22
Even being
through
the
27
seventh
now.
Yeah, 23 through 27, Austin.
Alright. At pick 23, the Green Bay Packers are taking Michael Williams. At pick 24, the Minnesota Vikings are going to select Nick Emery out of South Carolina. See? Alright. We're going 27.
25 is next.
Alright. Houston is going to select Josh. At pick 26, the Los Angeles Rams are selecting Colson Loveland. And at pick 27, Here's where the fight ends for me. The Baltimore Ravens are selecting Tyler Booker to help guard Lamar Jackson.
Hold on, you got
Coming from
you have Colson Loveland going all the way.
the secondary Rams fan, why the hell do you got Colson Loveland go down there?
Do you mean secondary Rams fan? You said secondary Ravens.
Or secondary? Yeah, fuck the Ravens. You screw the Ravens. As a secondary Rams fan, how the heck? Listen, bro, I wouldn't mind Colson Loveland. I'm not even gonna lie, but there's no way that Colson Loveland ends up in LA because we still have Higby.
I was about to say, it's
Our
not
backup tight end's not horrible. And
Well, I'm just trying to say right now,
keep in mind, hold on, we traded away our second best lineman. We have Puka Nakua,
Devontae Adams.
old Devontae Adams.
he's still Devontae Adams. He was still cooking last year. At least when he actually had a quarterback.
I don't know. I just don't have Devontae doing crazy.
when it was him and Gardner Minshew.
Right, when it was him and Gardner Minshew, he had a couple of good games, but when he finally got Aaron back,
It would have been
He was
smarter
him
to be a
again.
receiver because our receiver 3 is it's still Demarcus Robinson. No, it's Demarcus.
no,
It's
Demarcus
Demarcus
Robinson's a Niner now.
What?
It's Demarcus Robinson's a 49ers.
So,
It's a
yeah,
Tutu Atwell.
now. It's not D-Rob no more. It's Tutu Atwell.
No,
Damn.
it's not.
Tutu Atwell's on the.
No.
It's interesting.
I think
The Rams just resigned Tutu Atwell and let Demarcus Robinson walk.
Tutu
Which
was.
I don't agree
Tutu
with. I
last
think
season
we
was
should have kept
literally
D-Rob.
just on the Falcons.
I think we should have
Yes,
kept
he
D-Rob
was.
The Rams last season.
because last year
Tutu Atwell was on the Falcons last season, was not.
No, he was on the Rams.
Not that I remember.
Yes, he
on the
was.
Rams last season.
He was on the Falcons.
It was Cooper Cup.
I'm looking this up right now.
DeMarcus.
Live on the podcast. We
He
can
was
look
on the
this up.
Falcons.
It wasn't.
Tutu Atwell, last season. 42 catches, 562 yards, no touchdowns
Was he?
for the LA Rams.
Oh.
And he's still on the Rams.
Gosh,
They-
this is
they-
the Rams fan.
Shut up.
They re-signed Tutu and didn't re-sign Demarcus Robinson.
I don't like that. Demarcus Robinson, he looked like a wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2.
Especially
When he
versus
was the
Seattle.
only dude, this is a wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 playing like a wide receiver 2. Like why the hell would we let him walk? That irritates my soul. Not just because he's a former Chiefs receiver that plays a little bit into it,
Right.
but it just irritates my soul that somebody that's essentially like letting fucking in our situation that's like letting Worthy walk. It just
Yeah,
makes no
kinda.
sense.
Now, I will say I did consider it sending Colston Loveland to the Rams, but I don't think Sean McVay needs him to make that offense work.
Mm-mm.
He can use 2 paper clips and a jar of peanut butter and make it into a productional offense.
Okay.
All right, Dylan.
Jade Barron, 23.
Drade.
Andrade. Nick Emenwari going to Minnesota. I have Tyler Booker going to Houston.
All right.
The Rams, I thought about this one, right?
All right.
I originally wanted to put a receiver here.
Okay. Let's see where this is going.
I didn't.
All right.
I thought, I actually watched How About Those Chiefs video. That's how I got this idea.
Let me guess you with edge rusher.
Walter Nolan.
Walter
to the
Nolan.
Rams. Because he compared him, he said he looks like Aaron Donald. And I thought he looks like Aaron Donald. So I just looked at it and I said, if he falls down, I think it makes no sense because,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we got a good D line, but it's like
It's Jared Verse and then a bunch of
Jared
Ravens.
Verse, Kobe Turner,
Byron Young.
and then second, he's a linebacker.
Right, Byron
like
Young's a
second,
linebacker.
third stringers. Is he still? We didn't get rid of him.
No, he's still there, I think.
Yeah, it's still there.
Who did we get rid of?
I don't know. I was about to say Bobby Wagner, but I don't think he was there last year.
He was in Washington.
Exactly.
He's still in Washington.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I heard that.
What?
you said
I
the,
heard you shit yourself.
you said
I
the
did
27, right?
Yeah, now
got-
27 to the Ravens.
The North
Or
Dakota State.
Or if you have a trade.
I have the North Dakota State guard going 27. How do you say it? Zabel? Great.
Oh, Gray Zabel.
Yeah, I have him going to Baltimore.
All right. You see, y'all are making some weird picks for the Ravens. Because last year, it seems like instead of their offense being the problem, it was their defense being the problem. And I feel like they should definitely address that.
Kind of what I've done.
All right, so who's your 23 through 27?
23 is Jihad Campbell.
All right,
24 is same as Dylan.
which is
Nick
All
Amaiwa.
three of us have the
Okay.
same.
25 is Tyler Booker.
Sorry, I was thinking of
Guess what?
damn, I just looked at his name.
Ernest Jones or Ernest Jones, whatever it was.
For the secondary LA fan himself, I'm giving you guys a edge rusher. James Pierce Jr. out of
Ooh, I like
Tennessee.
that one. I like that one too. I like James.
And then 27 to the Ravens, Nick Swarton, edge rusher out of Texas A&M.
All right, seems like we have approval from the Rams fan for who Jakob has them taking. For my 23 through 27, this is a gold mine for the Packers, who consistently, as many people like to jokingly say, have 75 wide receiver 2s and no wide receiver 1s.
No,
This is a golden opportunity for them to finally get a wide receiver 1, and I have them getting it here. I already had him going 9th overall to the Saints. Luther Burden III is a Green Bay Packer. 24, Jalen Walker
6 picks.
to the Vikings. 25, Josh Simmons. So that way CJ Stroud doesn't, get hit 75 times a game. Dylan, how do you like this one? 26 overall to the Rams. Nick Scorton of Texas A&M.
Yeah, I've seen tape. I think he looks good. I just don't. I haven't paid attention to him that much, so I can't give him a very valid opinion.
Yeah. And then 27 to the Ravens, Nick Imanwari. Yeah.
28 to 32.
Yep. Last 5 picks.
All right, 28, kind of a reach. I have Detroit taking Amika Egbuka.
Yeah, see that, nah. Nah. They're still going to be a crazy ass offense, even losing Ben Johnson.
I have
They do not need another receiver.
Washington taking Nick Scorton out of Texas.
All right.
All right, at pick 30, I have the Buffalo Bills selecting Luther Burden.
I don't like you.
At pick
I don't like that. I
At
don't
pick
like
31, listen. As a Chiefs fan, we need secondary.
I swear, what did you pick?
I have us taking Kobe Bryant out of Kansas.
And there's the reach of the draft, my guys.
the biggest reach of it all.
And then I
Especially, hold on. No. Shut
Hold
up
on.
before you
If
finish the
somebody,
round.
hold on, if somebody actually wants to be a smart aleck or go into the comments, you can name every DB in the draft that's better than Kobe.
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry.
And also, here's the other.
Kobe Bryant's local. He is good. I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Kobe Bryant's good, but there are so many more DBs. It
Exactly.
would be more beneficial to us.
Exactly. And here's the other part. The Chiefs, for some reason, managed to find good corners in middle to late rounds all the time.
There's
Jalen Watson was like a 5th round pick. Joshua Williams, I think he was 6th round. Brian Cook, I think he was 7th round.
They were talking about there were a couple DBs. There was another DB from Texas and another DB, I think, came out of like Big Ten or something, where they were talking about how to higher PFF grade than Trent McDuffie. They were supposed to go 2nd round.
Yeah.
So, a PFF grade.
And I have the Philadelphia Eagles taking James Pierce Jr. at pick 32.
I can see that one actually.
I don't see it because I have him being taken by somebody else.
Get going.
So hold on. Let's just stay on that. Reach of the draft belongs to you, mister. And it's not even a question. Kobe Bryant to the Chiefs.
And Amika
I have a reach at the end of the.
Yeah, and Mike is also a crazy reach
I
as
have
well.
a reach at the end of the first round, but it's not as big as that.
Yeah.
All right. 28. I got the Kansas City Chiefs trading up to take Josh Simmons.
Okay.
29. I have Nick Scorton going to Washington. I have James Pierce going to Buffalo. Tyleek Williams is going to go 31 to Detroit.
All right.
My reach is the Saints trading back into the first round to take Quinn Ewers. Because I think that Quinn Ewers, if they trade back in to go get a better, if they trade back into the first round to go get a quarterback, I definitely think that Quinn Ewers is going to be a better quarterback than Jalen Milroe. Only because Alabama didn't have that difficult of a schedule. Keep in mind, it's Alabama, so they have all the best players from around the country.
Yeah,
So
but also
when it comes to floating an Alabama quarterback versus like, all right, we'll look at Texas. There was C.J. Baxter's the running back. There's Matthew Golden. There was Isaiah Bond. Our offensive line is not built as good as Bama's. I'll admit.
Also, Austin, you are
But almost a skill position that we can't keep up with Bama on still.
Yeah.
But that's basically my thing.
on the
I've
top with
always-
him over there being a Bama fan. You did get rolled by damn unranked Vanderbilt. So
yeah,
keep that in mind.
yeah.
If
We
we
got rolled by underranked Vandy.
if we played like
can't
the way
talk
we
shit
played versus Georgia, if we played like that the rest of the season, we would have won the national
No, you would
championship.
not have.
We played really good.
Oh,
You
really?
got-
I wonder why. Maybe because Georgia didn't wake up until the second half.
But
Maybe
almost
because
every-
Georgia took the entire first and second quarters off.
guess what? Almost every single one of your losses were to unranked teams.
And if you talk about my loss against Georgia, it was actually a close game. So you can't talk shit if it's a close game. That's still kind of
28.
And hell, y'all only won that game against Georgia because Ryan Williams decided I'm Randy Moss.
And then thought he was Dante Hall and juke two people.
Exactly.
Isaiah Bond and Matthew Golden.
My 28 through 32. I have the same dude that's going to the Detroit Lions.
I mean, the
That was awesome.
Damn, y'all both got the Lions taking as receivers. Like,
29.
what do y'all not have faith in a Monroe?
I mean, I do. But
29. I figured he would have drafted to us, but no, he didn't. I got Luther Burden going to Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I don't feel like that makes a whole lot of sense. Considering they've already got Terry and Debo.
And then 30, I got defensive tackle out of Michigan, Kenneth Grant for the Bills.
All right.
For us,
Now, do you have as big of a reach as him for the Chiefs?
no, I'm the same as Dylan, Josh Simmons.
Okay, you just don't have a straighten up to get him.
No, I don't. I have him just falling to us.
Exactly.
And then I have quarterback out of East Carolina, Shavon Rebel.
Okay, keep in mind,
32.
all I traded to Detroit was the first. What was what? The first, the third, and the fucking sixth for like next year.
Yeah.
I didn't really give up that much for. I mean, I'll take that for Josh Simmons because it's only like a third round draft pick. I mean, Veach is the GOAT.
Right.
So that kind of stings, but I feel like for somebody like Josh Simmons, I feel like we could or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like realistically, that'd be the package. Because I did copy how about those Chiefs and take it one
Right.
on the trade, and it made a little bit of sense. So I just
My 28 through 32. The first and only trade of the first round that I have happening. Trading up to 28 with the Detroit Lions. The Cleveland Browns select Jackson Dart, quarterback, Ole Miss. I've got the Browns trading back into the first round to select their quarterback of the future, Jackson Dart.
All right.
What are y'all looking at?
we're clowning out.
Oh,
Guess what?
I don't give a piss about number time.
He's a Bama fan. I'm a Texas fan.
Listen-
He's a Georgia fan.
listen
I
to
think
this.
we both win.
And I'm a Mizzou
Listen to
fan.
this. Listen to this.
You have the SEC.
December 31st, Request Bowl. You lost to Michigan, who's unranked.
Austin with the finger.
You faced Oklahoma, who rolled you by 21 points. Unranked. You faced unranked Mercer, rolled them, and thought you were good.
All right.
Hold on. Hold on. I want the audience to know this. All right, keep this in mind, right? We could take the University of Alabama to play an inbred high school, an inbred high school football
listen.
team from the middle of Harrison, Arkansas. Bama beats them, he would post and talk shit like they won the Super Bowl, and this happens after every game. Just so you know, he's worse than the Cowboys. This is our year.
Listen,
Right.
this was Bama's first 3 games. Western Kentucky University, not even ranked.
Like, I'm sorry, but Bailey Zappi ain't there no more.
South Florida, who the fuck they got? No one. And Wisconsin was pretty good.
Dude, Dude, you're
No,
playing
they were
high
not.
school teams essentially, bro.
The only one y'all lost in that 5-game stretch after y'all almost lost to Georgia, which you should have, was Vanderbilt,
That Georgia game.
who wasn't even ranked.
Dude, that was a crazy
Guess what?
game because they missed. Oh no,
You're
they
lucky he
just-
had that South Carolina kicker that made a field goal.
They-
Else y'all would have lost. Y'all won by 2 points, and again, you said BT
You
had that,
almost-
didn't you?
You almost have more close games than the Chiefs did this year. You're a good college team.
All right.
And hold on, let's just
You
be
guys
realistic.
lost
Hold on, let's just be
to ranked
realistic.
7
real quick.
Tennessee.
When it comes to the college football playoffs, before I think they actually cared, back when they just started doing it, right? Bama was always the #1 seed, even if they have more losses. And why was that? Because I feel like Bama is always inflated, and they always have been. Because Nick Saban won a couple of championships, right? Everybody wants to go there. I get it.
You gotta be kidding.
But when you have 3 more losses than the #2 team,
Listen to
and you
this.
still somehow win a national championship by playing high school football teams, that doesn't count.
Listen to this.
That
Right.
happened to 2 of their rings. And we can look up the brackets ourselves and show it.
Listen to this right here. Here's a to be determined game for his Bama versus Eastern Illinois.
All right. For the finish of my first round, 29,
It didn't.
the Washington Commanders take James Pierce Jr.
It's
Who do you have the
Michigan
line
Sports
taking?
State, August 30th.
I had the Lions trading out in the first round with the
Oh,
Browns,
that's right.
and the Browns then select Jackson Dart.
Monroe, what the fuck is that? What team is that?
They were a couple years ago.
So, like I said, James Pierce Jr. goes to Washington. Y'all done?
Yeah, you keep on. Okay.
The Buffalo Bills select Walter Nolan, D tackle out of Ole Miss. Kansas City Chiefs take Gray Zabel, North Dakota State, and then the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
You did not deserve,
So-
by the way.
Shut the hell up. Select Colston Loveland, tight end out of Michigan.
Oh, this is probably wrong. That's
I know they can still make work with Dallas Goddard, but I feel like that's their only like close thing to a weakness at all.
Right, because I feel like Dallas Goedert's coming closer to the end of his career.
I don't feel that. I just feel like
Ohio State.
out of all their positions, tight end is the weakest.
It's off the bat.
This week, since there's been a couple different games, we have just as many high school teams as Bama does.
Georgia. So Texas in there. Vandy.
Yeah, we do have a
All right.
schedule in all.
All right, so let's just real quick take a poll. In the first round, who had the biggest reach? And we'll all point on the count of 3 to who we think had the biggest
Oh,
reach.
damn it. Hold on. Let me see. Who I had?
No, here. Out of us 4, who made somebody take the biggest reach in the draft?
I'll point for both of us.
3, 2, 1. Austin even admits it himself that Kobe Bryant was the biggest reach of the first round that he has anyway. Okay, now here's another one. Who had the biggest fall for a specific player in the first round? Just take a second to think about it, and who gave somebody the biggest fall? Three, two, one. I feel like me having Jalan Walker falling all the way to 24.
I had Tyler
Is the
Booker
biggest fall.
falling to 27.
Well, yeah, you did. You have him falling all the way to the Ravens, and that's also a crazy
So Austin.
pick.
Austin here. Tell me, is this an easy schedule to start off with? This is Texas. Right off the bat, they're playing Ohio State.
And LSU.
We beat LSU last year.
Okay, that's not why I asked. I said this is for Texas. Another one of their games is San Jose Spartans, UTEP, Sam Houston, Florida,
Oklahoma, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Vandy, Georgia,
Ohio State.
Arkansas.
Listen, Ohio State.
We have a whole gauntlet at the end of this.
Ohio State and Oklahoma are the only two hard teams on the schedule.
Are you dumb?
We literally just went through every
Did
competition.
you not just hear Georgia? Did you not just hear Vanderbilt who whipped y'all?
Alright, here, look. Here. Let's do some TikTok segments now. First one up. I'm going to ask you guys 10 specific questions about the Kansas City Chiefs. When you think you know the answer, you raise your hand. I will call on you, and we will keep a point system. Whoever gets the most points wins.
I'm just pulling out my calculator.
Alright. The first question.
Oh shit.
Who was the first quarterback to beat the Chiefs in the Patrick Mahomes era? And yes, I know this right off the top of my head. Jacob.
Brady?
Tom Brady. Week 6 of the 2018 NFL season. Chiefs versus Patriots. Tom Brady was the first quarterback to defeat the Chiefs in the Patrick Mahomes era.
I hope it's still better than Brady.
Well, duh.
I hate to tell you, but no. Alright. So Jacob has a point. Second question. Who was the most recent first overall pick made by the Kansas City Chiefs? Dylan.
Eric Fisher.
Eric Fisher. Now here.
20,
What? Okay,
You
well,
said
I was gonna say-
2013?
You said most recent?
yes, that was the most recent first overall pick made by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, I thought you meant going. Never mind.
No,
I think it was 2013.
it was 2012. But that was going to be the next question: was what year was he drafted?
Damn it, I was close though. I was close.
Okay. Who is the Kansas City Chiefs' all-time leading receiver? Austin.
Isn't it Dante Hall?
Incorrect. Dylan.
Otis.
Incorrect.
Oh, Tony Gonzalez.
Incorrect.
Motherfucker.
Travis?
It is Travis Kelce. The fact y'all
As soon
didn't.
as I said motherfucker, I looked at Jacobs when I realized it. Damn it.
He named off the wrong damn tight end.
Right.
As soon as I thought it tight end, I was like, I swear one of them have it, and it clicked. I was like,
He said, motherfucker. There you go.
Alright.
Travis.
Alright. If y'all get this wrong with one of y'all guesses, then y'all are not Chiefs fans.
ugh.
In a game against the Seattle Seahawks, which Kansas City Chief set the NFL record for sacks in a game? Austin.
Chris Jones.
Oh my God! He got it wrong.
What? Wait, what year was it?
And then the Justin Houston.
What the hell? Austin.
Frank Clark.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm dealing with some frauds here.
Stupid little cheesy. Oh my.
I'm dealing with some frauds here. Oh
Wasn't it George Karlaftis?
no!
You're pissing me off.
What year
You need
was
to
it?
shut the fuck up. You're saying dumb shit.
DT.
You're saying dumb stuff for
Raise your hand.
Derek Thomas.
Derek Thomas.
Holy fucking shit.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
I'm still disappointed in you though. The fact it took you that long to answer.
I wanted to see them two fucking fight it out. I already knew it.
Why didn't you say it to just get the point?
Cuz
Alright.
you said Karlaftis.
Shut up. I was closer than he was.
Okay, but he said Karlaftis.
What? Houston's what, number 2 for this? Yeah, I was way closer than you. You're stupid to say.
It was sacks in a game.
Oh,
I literally said in a game against the Seahawks, who set the NFL record for sacks in a game. Alright, so Jacob has 3, Dylan has 1, Austin has nothing. Austin, you better start working your way back.
You didn't have none because you just said Karlaftis.
Shut up.
Seahawks.
In 2022, the Kansas City Chiefs made 2 first-round picks. Who were they? Austin raised his hand first.
2022.
2022,
the Kansas fucking Christ.
the Kansas City Chiefs
Just named one of them 5 minutes.
made 2 first-round picks. Who were they?
George Karlaftis.
That's one of them.
Was it Trent McDuffie the other?
There you go. Austin gets a point, finally.
Okay, I'm glad you got that.
I was about to.
I'm so glad you
I was about to just look at their sort name.
Yeah, they're literally both standing right next to each
Right,
other.
they're right there. They're just right there.
I was about to say 56 and 22.
Right.
You know he don't wear 22 no more.
I don't give a damn. Right there, he says 22.
Alright. So 3-1-1.
Make it 9-1-1.
Boy,
Somebody call 911.
Call 911. What's the number? Are
Okay.
you serious?
the longest playoff game or longest game general in NFL history took place during the playoffs and the Chiefs lost. What team beat the Chiefs in that game?
What?
Here, let me add a little more info. In the final NFL game at Municipal Stadium, the Kansas City Chiefs hosted the longest playoff game in NFL history. Who did they lose
You
to?
showed me the video. That says,
Incorrect.
Isn't it the Colts?
Incorrect.
Oh, wait, no, that was when they came back.
I'm trying to think of another old
That's right.
you showed me the video. That's I forget who it was.
What's the name of the Packers and Vikings?
Incorrect.
Steelers?
Incorrect. It's team in the AFC. I say that because Dylan listed two of them. that are
the
in the AFC.
Bengals, the Texans, the Broncos,
Homie, yeah, raise your hand.
Patriots.
Incorrect.
the Broncos, the Chargers.
Incorrect.
Houston Oilers.
Incorrect.
Wasn't it the Chargers?
Incorrect.
The Dallas Texans.
Incorrect.
Oh, I thought,
Was it in recent history?
No, this was back in like the 80s.
I thought you were gonna say something dumb and say you Chiefs can't beat the Chiefs.
Well, I
Did
mean,
you
yeah.
catch on to that?
I mean, yeah. But I thought you were just stupid for saying it.
Was it the Jags?
No.
Wait,
Jacob?
were they? I think they were still a part of the. I think they were actually still a part of the. No, I don't think they joined. That's what the matches. I was going to say the Seahawks.
I'll give you a hint. They're in the AFC East. Dylan.
Bills.
Huh?
The Bills.
Incorrect. Jacob? You got a 1 in 2 chance here. There's 2 teams left that haven't been said yet in the East.
Forgot them.
The Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins.
I was thinking about saying the Jets.
Okay.
Hold on,
So Austin now has 2. Austin now has 2 points to Dylan's 1.
What were the Chiefs' name before the Chiefs?
I know they were Dallas something.
Do you know?
Okay.
This guy.
Hold on. That's just,
Now, this
the
isn't.
team came back in 2002.
This isn't technically Chiefs history, but this is still Kansas City history. The Chiefs, or Kansas City, had a team in the had an NFL team in the 1920s. What was their name?
Oh my god.
It was the Warriors, wasn't it?
Incorrect. By the way, they had 2 names. I will accept either one.
Monarchs?
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Wait,
Oh my God! No!
the Texans?
He
I
just
just
said
said
that.
that.
Incorrect.
Oh my God! They combined 2 NFL teams.
No, they didn't combine 2 teams.
I swear, that's not. Oh my God! Then there's a different one. I'm thinking. Fuck.
They had a name and then they changed it. It was the same team, but they changed their name. I will accept either one of them. In the 1920s, there was a football team in Kansas City. What was their name?
So, yeah.
Huh?
That was baseball.
The what?
Can't say the Athletics and baseball.
Incorrect.
Yeah, they were baseball. Fuck. The Monarchs were baseball. Chefs.
Incorrect. I will give you a hint. One of their names is currently in the NFL.
My gosh.
The Bears, the Cowboys.
The Kansas City Cowboys, originally known as the Kansas City Blues.
Kansas City Cowboys. This is our year. Oh, the Kansas. Man, come on. That's where the fuck they got the name.
I just tied up with Jacob.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Austin has gone from 3-1-0 to 3-1-3. Now Dylan's got to do some catching. Okay. In the 2020-2021 season, which wide receiver had a 250 yards in a single quarter against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oh my.
Tyreek Hill. I mean, that was easy. The fact y'all didn't get that is
I
crazy.
watched the highlights of the game like 12 times.
Right. 32-3.
3-3.
Dude, if we all get 3 and we start spinning in a circle, we might start.
No, then it all comes down to the last question. Right.
So just let me win this.
Before Patrick Mahomes, who was the last quarterback to be taken in the first round by the Kansas City Chiefs? If you get this, you win. Oh, well, no, Jacob can tie you, and then you go to a tie.
By the Chiefs or
Who
the
was the last first-round quarterback to be selected by the Kansas City Chiefs?
No.
wasn't it Len Dawson?
Incorrect.
I literally just said no.
Damn, why you listening to me? Because I just asked him.
Well, I saw you raise your hand and basically
Right.
saying who did. Huh? Incorrect.
Wait.
Wasn't it Joe Montana?
Incorrect.
He was traded for dumbass.
Right.
Wait. No. We traded for him. Okay, I'm not playing.
Alex Smith.
No.
We traded for him.
Oh.
He was traded for. I'll give you all a
It's
hint.
Matt Castle.
No. I'll give you a hint. His initials are TB.
What?
His initials are TB. No.
Tim Boyle. Tom Montana.
TB.
His initials are TB.
Tuberculosis. I'm gonna skip this one.
Y'all seriously not know?
No.
Todd Blackledge.
Oh, who the fuck is that? Who is that?
Who the fuck is that guy? Alright. In 2013, which Kansas City Chief set at the time a record for fantasy football points in a game?
Jamal Charles.
Jamal Charles. Now all that can happen is either these two can tie for second or Jacob can tie Austin.
But you a bitch. I haven't had him first.
No, you didn't.
Look back at the film, you hoe.
He had it up.
He was over again.
He was just over here.
He put it up first. Though. Okay. Last one. Jacob has to get this to force a tiebreaker.
You can move the first one to the one.
What do Chiefs fans do at games? What is the Chiefs chant, is what I should say. Dylan.
Tomahawk chop.
Tomahawk
You
chop.
bitch, I was trying to tie this shit.
So, from out of nowhere, Austin goes from last to first,
Because he can over here, he
With
can start
4
dancing.
points.
We go double or nothing.
Because he starts dancing like a
and
fucking
then
girl out of
3 and 3.
This motherfucker started dancing like a girl out of nowhere.
Right here. We'll do another one for y'all for second place. So whoever gets this right,
Whole new round. I'm so competitive. I want to win.
we'll do this for y'all for second place.
Okay, and then we're doing another one later. We're gonna need to record it.
For the tiebreaker round.
Sammy Watkins,
Let's see.
Jason Avant, Jeremy McLean.
How's that too, man?
Salvador Perez, Lorenzo Gang,
Who
Bobby
Was.
Boucher.
who was the Kansas City Chiefs head coach before Andy Reid? Incorrect.
My God.
Can I whisper you who I think it is?
And the one for the hardest fucking one, too.
Yep. Boy, shut the hell up.
No, because he did coach for us at once.
Head coach.
Oh no. I don't
He whispered Nick Sirianni.
You need to stop saying dumb shit. I swear you do this shit on purpose. Okay?
No, I thought he was.
you irritate.
Shut your eyes up and do. Oh, shit.
All right.
I don't know.
No.
Well,
Romeo Crennel.
I was never gonna fucking get that. Who the fuck is that?
All right. We'll say on the coaches. Who was the Chiefs coach when they won their first Super Bowl? Incorrect.
The dude who you just said?
No. When the Chiefs won their first Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
I'm saying the dude who you just said.
Romeo Crennel?
Yeah.
No.
Oh fucking K, I don't know.
Hank Stram.
I feel so fucking stupid. As
65 toss power
As soon
track.
as you said I was wrong, I was like, fuck.
65 toss power track.
Exactly.
Hell, I should have asked that. I should
The play that won us the first fucking Super Bowl.
Exactly. I should have said that. I should have said what play is engraved outside of Arrowhead.
The Chiefs production agency is called 65 Toss Power Track Productions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's weird. They should. Alright, but now.
Now, last TikTok segment. Let's give our predictions for the. Or actually, no. We'll save that for an entire episode. My bad. Okay. Let's say one NFL award from last season that we disagree with. So an end of season NFL award that we disagree with.
MVP.
Okay, so you don't think Josh Allen should have won it? Who should have?
No, Saquon.
Okay, I mean, fair argument.
MVP.
Okay, so you also don't think Josh should have won it? Who should it have gone to?
Joe.
Joe Burrow, all right?
I forget what the ones were. I forget who the heck he was. I know the MVP. Josh.
MVP went to Josh. Offensive Player of the Year was Saquon. Defensive Player of the Year was Patrick Surtain. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Jaden Daniels. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Jared Verse. Coach of the Year was Kevin O'Connell. Comeback Player of the Year was Joe Burrow.
I think Jim Murray will come back over the year. He didn't do shit.
Because he got injured the year before and then came back and led the NFL in yards and touchdowns?
Fuck MVP.
Okay, so you think MVP also should have gone to Joe?
I don't know. Saquon.
Okay. And me, I think MVP is also incorrect. I think that it should have gone to Joe Burrow. Even though the Bengals didn't even make the playoffs, I think it should have
That's
gone to
not
Joe.
I hate swing. God damn it.
Right, homie was him last year.
Oh,
I do have a
also,
personal vendetta against Josh Allen. Fucking
I think Saquon should have won MVP. And Jamar Chase should have won Offensive Player of the Year.
Now that just makes no fucking
Dude,
sense.
He just won the Triple Crown.
And Saquon rushed for over 2,000
Did Cooper
yards.
Kupp get the MVP when he did the Triple Crown?
Exactly.
More impressive.
Listen, if
Well, no,
The worst
but he did win Offensive Player of the Year. But at the same time, nobody that season ran for over 2,000 yards
listen,
and had 20 total touchdowns.
if Rasheed Rice never got injured, Chase was not winning the Triple Crown.
What the hell is you smoking?
Rasheed Rice would have been the best receiver in the league if he didn't get injured.
All right, I think that's where we end the first episode of the podcast.
Hey, guys.
Is on that dumbass tape.
Hey guys.
Please flame this man in the comments.
Nakua single-handedly is better
This
than
guy?
the receiver the Chiefs have.
Yes.
Hey Austin.
So is Devontae right fucking now.
Hey
Are you
Austin.
dumb?
Austin.
All right, I think that's a perfect place
Who
to.
is- Who are
Oh
you
wait,
beefing
hold on. I
with?
got one more take. My opinion, I think Cooper Kupp was still better than Puka.
Puka Nakua.
Okay, that is where we end the podcast.
I gotta take.
I'll prove you wrong. I'll give you two reasons why. As a rookie, he came in and I think he almost broke a fantasy football record. As a rookie, he was like, when he get undrafted, you think he was?
Puka was 5th round, I
Oh,
think.
he was a 5th round draft pick. He was supposed to get cut. Then he is known as one of the best receivers in the league. How do you go from being cut to be one of the best receivers in the league? Like, be for real.
I gotta
All right.
take.
We're
fucked. Steelers. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, and on that note, that is where we end episode 1 of the Sack Session podcast. Jakob is leaving.
Yeah, because of his stupidity over there.
Shut up, Wendy.
Right before you cut it off, I got you.
Whose
So-
weed are you chiefing right now?
So tune in next week for episode 2 of the podcast, where we will likely be giving our reactions to the NFL draft. And because there will probably be a lot of very questionable picks made by teams in the first round. Michael Penix Jr.
Except I won't
Not
be here.
sponsored.
Except I won't.
And
be
go
here.
follow all of us. All of our links will be in the description of the
He ain't got it
podcast.
except for TikTok.
We will see you next week. Goodbye.
I